Hi there, today we're all about the onions, especially the caramelized onions. Because today I want to take you through how to caramelize your onions in the crock pot. Now I have 10 onions here because when you're doing this, do a lot. So this is going to be a separate video. But when you have all these onions, you're going to have a lot of onion scraps. So why not save your onion scraps and I'll show you how to make your own homemade onion powder. And now you just want to slice your onions pole to pole. You want even cooking, so you want even slices, about like that. Now here's the thing about caramelized onions. They're amazing. They're so versatile. You can use them in so many different things on your pizza, your sandwiches, your salad. But they are an absolute labor of love. Now, when I'm home on the boat, I have a 17-inch cast iron skillet that I do my caramelized onions in. And when I do them, I do a whole lot because it is, in fact, a labor of love. And then I freeze them into smaller sections to have in the freezer for whenever I need them. But since I've been here and I've done a couple things in the crock pot, I've had a couple people say how much they appreciate the crock pot ideas. And one of our members in particular said how much she liked the crock pot ideas because, well, she's just not as young and spry as she used to be. So standing in the kitchen is harder on her in long periods of time. And when you're doing caramelized onions on the stove, you got to tend to it quite often. It is definitely something that you can't just go off and not worry about. But when you do your caramelized onions in the crock pot, I do mine at night. I just do them late in the evening because they're going to go for like 10 hours. So I like to let it go overnight. That way, in the morning when I'm fresher and I'm awake, then I can deal with them. Where if I started them early in the morning, then it's going to be late evening. And I'm not going to want to deal with them. So it is a lot of work to stand and cut all these onions. But you don't have to do them all at once. Do a little bit at a time. We're not in a rush, right? So just do a little bit at a time. Now, sometimes you'll see where you have that kind of like core right there. And just kind of V-cut that out. Because if you leave that in, they won't separate. And I'm just going to throw that over there into my scrap pile. So I have about 4 tablespoons of melted butter. I'm going to pour this all over my onions. You can also substitute extra virgin olive oil or avocado oil. And probably a good teaspoon, at least, of salt. And honestly, I find the best way is just to get in there with your hands and just get everything combined, mixed up, get your onions broken up. Now, I know this looks like a whole lot of onions, and you're going to be surprised how much it shrinks down. And now I'm going to go in with salt again and give it one more toss. Now, this is all you need. Put your lid on it, put it in your crock pot, 10 hours on low, and we'll come back and we'll check on it in the morning. And this is an alternative. Now I have my homemade beef stock. If you've seen my video, you know that I take mine down to like a demi stage or a jelly stage. And I'm putting 2 of these in here because I want these onions to be like French onion style. So like if you're going to make French onion soup, but I want to make a French onion beef sliders is one of the things I want to make. You can also do like French onion cauliflower, French onion pork chops, French onion chicken. My personal favorite is my sister and I. Our favorite thing is my homemade French onion dip. So here we go. Optional. You can, if you don't have this, just add some beef stock in here so you get that nice beefy flavor. And I'll see ya in about 10 hours. So here we are many hours later, because I think this went like 16, maybe 17 hours. Because you know what? Life got busy and I couldn't really tend to them. I did get up this morning and check on them, and they were still a lot of moisture in there that I really didn't want. So I just kind of did my lid so it could breathe, put my little stick in there and just did it so it could breathe and let it go a couple more hours. for all of that moisture to evaporate. So maybe you were doing the French onion style and added some beef stock and it was still kind of moist in there. So just adjust your lid a little bit so I can get some air. Now, just look at how much onions we made. I'm gonna let these cool down and then I am going to freeze them into smaller blocks so that I can have to pull out and have these French onion, caramelized onions, whatever I want them. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it glorious? And you know what? I did hardly any work aside from cutting them. It all happened over there in the crock pot. So here's another crock pot idea for you. Thank y'all for watching. See y'all later. Bye.